All right, hello. Welcome. I hope you're doing really great today. It's me, Night Lord 131, and in today's stream, I'm going to be rating I'm going to be rating Simpsons characters today. We're going to do this today. We have a bunch of Simpsons characters over here, and we have a bunch of, well, a couple Futurama characters here, and in today's stream, we're just going to be doing that. So, yeah. Okay. So, we just have these people. I remember most of these people's well, I remember most of these people's names, most of them, a little bit, but I remember everyone here. So, yeah, we're going to be having a pretty fun one today. So, I decided to stream at night just because, you know, uh, to have more time in the day. So I decided to just wait it off. I do need to. Well, I was kind of a bit lazy in releasing a schedule, but I'll work on it sometime this coming week. But hey, this coming Thursday, I'm going to be playing God of War Ragnarok. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing this coming Thursday. Tomorrow stream and Monday stream, um, we're going to be playing Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2 actually. So, we're going to be doing that. So, yeah. Hope you guys are doing great today. I had a pretty fun day today. Yeah, just give me a sec. My phone has been doing something funky recently where it's kind of hard to like do stuff. All right. Okay. Sorry. I just got like a text and it's kind of hard to like stream and text at the same time, but hopefully. All right. Now, I'm trying to think. Oh, my Misfits video I was working on today, and like it's 90% complete. And when this stream goes out tomorrow, it's going to be released, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. When it's released, I'm going to provide the link to that video in the chat actually tomorrow night. So yeah, I really hope you guys like it. It was a lot to work on, but yeah. So our first character we're going to do is uh, Abe Simpson, Grandpa. And when it comes to Abe Simpson, I generally think he's not really a good father. He has a traumatic history with World War II, actually. And he can't really remember his past because then he creates like new memories, which is a bit tragic. He does mean well in some ways, but I don't know. Personally, I think he deserves to go preserve deserves to go right around here. B, C, I'll just put him right here. Like some of the things are out of his control as a character, but you know, that's just how it is. Just give me a sec. Okay. I'm so sorry. I usually. Alright. I'm sorry. People are not really getting that, I'm busy. So, yes, I've been planning this stream for a bit now, and I want to, entertain you guys and give some thoughts. Now, Apu. Hmm. There's this documentary. It's out on Amazon Prime Video, but Apu has a history. Well, no, not a history, but has a is slightly controversial for a variety of reasons. You see, Apu here, the standards of comedy were different. Were different back when the character was first created in 1989. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, the standards were different when Apu was created. And there's this documentary. Just give me a sec. Documentary. It's out on Amazon Prime. The problem with Apu. If you want like a in-depth analysis of why he is controversial, like the character, like how the character acts is considered controversial for how the show adapts. Okay, I'll look at that later. A lot of people think that, well, okay, it is valid, but the controversy is around Apu, is that he is a bad representation of Indians who immigrate to the United States, and yeah, it's a very interesting analysis of Apu as a character in fiction. When thinking about like Indian people in like media, I really recommend you guys to check out the documentary. It's out on Prime Video, and apparently it's $5 to rent. So yeah, it's a very good documentary. If you want like to give like understand the controversy with Apu, but in terms of like with the controversies and Apu's character in the show, I think he goes here because it is a shame that they had to retire the character Apu just because of that loaded backlash against his character. So I'm putting him right here. If any of you guys like did not know, there was a whole controversy with him, and no, I understand the people who had their anger towards the showrunners. We came to that, but But now we have Barney, and Barney is another interesting character. Okay. Where is Barney? Barney Gumble. This guy right here. Arguably, this is probably the most sad character in all of the Simpsons, actually. You see, Barney had in college, it was either high school or college, but when took his first sip of beer, he started to go down a rabbit hole of being drunk and just everything else like that. Can't really hold down a steady job. And the show did try to reform Barney to be, you know, not a drunk, but eventually he went back and turned into the original Barney from the early part of the series. And honestly, I really wish that he didn't have like that one moment for him to like, be happy. But he collapsed back into being a drunk. So, he is a reliable friend to Homer. So I would have to put him up here. And that's how I feel about Barney. And as you can see, we have a lot of characters to talk about. We'll make F as the have nothing to say, or I can't remember their name. So. Now Bart Simpson. Oh dear. This guy, Bart Simpson. If any of you were around for the 90s and early 2000s, I wasn't around for the 90s, but I do remember the early 2000s. He was everywhere. Bart Mania was like at its peak. And honestly, for him being such a big character in the the 90s and the early 2000s, I put Bart right here. Even people who don't watch the show know who Bart Simpson is, and they usually say, that's my favorite character. So, yeah, and plus he's a little deviant. He's a fun character. Not my favorite character, but when we get to some of these other characters, that's when I will give a better opinion. I've seen you around, but I don't remember your name. My apologies. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing great today. Where is your friend? I'm trying to look. Oh, yeah. I talk about metal a lot here, actually. So, yeah. Just to deviate away from The Simpsons a little bit, what is your favorite metal band? I like hearing people like what type of music they like. Genre dependent. Ah, interesting. Let me think. How do I feel about you? I'm not sure. I don't really have an overall band. Oh, okay. So you're very broad. You like the genre as a whole, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint like an exact band. I get that. This is Carl. So I put Carl up here. He's pretty funny, comedic relief, and yeah, he's a great character. I like him. Comic relief. It's more like a favorite in a genre. Ah, I see. Well, you've come to the best place for discussion about metal, punk, gothic rock, psychobilly, um, emo music, pop as well, sometimes, and blues music actually a little bit. So if you name a subgenre, I could give you one. Not everything. Not everything. No, no. Like not every genre. Like I only know one genre of, well, no, not one genre, but one band in brutal death metal, and that would be Dying Fetus. So I got to see Dying Fetus back in what's my favorite band? Um, hmm. Let me think. Well, I have a ton of favorite bands. Hmm. Wait a minute. Okay. In terms of metalcore, I like Bring Me the Horizon. When it comes to, oh, thank you for the follow, very much appreciated. I like the Misfits for punk. I also like Creeper and the Sisters of Mercy for gothic rock. And when it comes to My Chemical Romance, it's emo. So yes, yes, I get you. I understand. I've heard a lot regarding them not being metalcore, but they are beyond a label you can put them in. And when I hear people talk about them, they put them in that category. So for all intents and purposes, I put them in metalcore. I understand, but they you just can't put them in a box. And when it comes to emo, I like My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy. A decade ago, mm, if you're talking about like, well, it's been more than a decade, but in terms of them being deathcore, I I liked the well, I like them in the deathcore. I like them doing traditional deathcore and then metalcore, and then they went to do like, oh yes, I love that. I love that album. It's really fun. It's easy on the ears for people who are interested in broadly alternative music. So that was their peak for you. Yeah, I do agree. I like Count Your Blessings. I like also That's the Spirit, Subeternal, and also their two latest albums. Amo is not particularly one I care for. There's some good stuff on there, but it's the only album I can listen cover to cover. Oh, over. Okay, interesting, nice. But now let's see. We got Clytus. I hate this guy. I hate this guy right here. Like the jokes for him is like really overused. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like yes, we get it. He's country and a hick, but like it doesn't really. Uh, the jokes today don't really hit as well when it comes to Clytus. If you asked me my favorite metalcore band a few years ago, I'd had to say Asking Alexandria. Oh yeah, yeah. Early Asking Alexandria is I do enjoy early Asking Alexandria. Yeah, they're very fun. I would get some of their albums on vinyl or CD, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to find like the good stuff without like their later works. Their later works are okay, but I don't know. Comic book guy. I have to put comic book guy right here. He their last good album was 7 years ago. Yeah. Oh, welcome to the stream, Cheyenne. It's nice to see you. But yeah, it's very interesting indeed. There is a revival of deathcore, which is pretty interesting. You see that with like Revenant, which is like, ooh, it's like that real hardcore. Well, no, it's not really hardcore, but it's like grindcore levels. Also, the vocalist is terrible. Live. Oh, how am I doing today? Oh, I'm doing great. We're just doing this stream while talking about some metal for a little bit. You know. How about you? I put Danny in a bottom five live performers. Hmm. I have seen some of his live performances. I was Christmas shopping with my grandma today. Nice. I'm happy to hear. Hope your holiday season is going well. I hope all of you are having a good holiday season if you celebrate that. Dr. Hibbert, he's been the most reliable to The Simpsons. I'll put him up there. Thank you. He can't sing the new. He can't sing new shit without dropping the key. He can't do old shit. Yeah. You know, I heard that he had suffered a some type of something with his vocals to the point where like he started like really breaking his voice. Yeah. No, honestly, mm, yeah. I would see them personally, but I don't know. If you ask me uh who I would rather see again or I think is better, The Devil Wears Prada. I like The Devil Wears Prada. I got to see them live uh back in April and they were so much fun. Do you have any days off on Christmas Day? Um yes. And I actually get day off I get a day off for my birthday actually. So um on January 3rd that's when I'm going to be doing a birthday stream actually. So, yeah. I'm going to be turning 25, which is kind of really scary. Halfway to 30, that really scared me. Yeah. You know who is good live again? M Shadows. Hmm. I have to look into that. Yeah. Very fascinating. You know, after the stream, I will look into M Shadows, and then I will, um, well, next time you're in the stream, I will, I'll let you know what I think. Happy early birthday. I might forget. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. This doctor is garbage. Do you allow links in chat? Yes, I do actually. If you if you provide a link, I will look at it later after the stream. And by the way, the chat is on my phone, so like that's why I'm constantly like moving my head, tilting it this way so I could read your guys' messages. So you may not see my immediate reaction here on the stream, but I will like if you come in and ask, then yeah, I will give you my Okay. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, I'll look at that after the stream. Do you have any plans for your birthday? Um, I'm going to be going out to Freddy's. It's a burger um, chain. It's pretty fun. And no, I'm just going to hang out with family and then just stream something. Um, maybe Minecraft or just, oh, I don't know. Just a just chatting stream like this. So, yeah. Yeah. You know who doesn't sound live? AX Rose? Hmm. I haven't. Oh, okay, sorry. Guns N' Roses? Oh. You know, there's a handful of bands who don't sound well live. Or excuse me, or are not good live. Like, I've heard a lot about the Misfits, like one of my favorite bands of all time. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow about them. But his the Misfits are not really good live, from what I've been told. But his voice is gone. Mm. You know, Glenn. If any of you know who Glenn Danzig is, he's the founder of the Misfits. He got into controversy with that whole thing, which is bad. The whole thing. I'm yeah, but his voice, Glenn, has been just breaking. Yeah, he's 70. He was born in 19 1955. Yeah, 1955 actually. Let me make sure. I'm going to check that actually. I made a video all about the Misfits, and it's been like a bit of a while to actually remember that. Okay, Danzig. Yeah. Yes, 1955. So yeah, he's up there. Yeah. I wish I was old enough like back then when like I'm from the early 2000s and I wasn't alive for to see the Misfits when they were, you know, just starting off, but it would be interesting. If you want hmm okay. Yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah. You know what? Actually, before we continue, I do want to continue doing the tier list, but let me just do something quick. No, let me see. How can I? Let me see. I'm trying to do something. Hmm. Where is the link? Hold up. Just before, just before we continue, I'm so sorry. Where is that? There it is. No. Hmm. It's kind of hard, like trying to do things in the chat just so I can keep the just so that I can like pin comments and stuff like that. Wait, actually, let me see something. Oh no. Sometimes okay. Well, that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do it on like with OBS. It's yeah. I could do that, but I don't know. I just I prefer to do it on my phone. I have better control that way. So, but yeah, I'll look at it in a little bit. So, I okay. Let me try this one more time. I know I can do it. No. Okay. My apologies. I was going to try to pin it, but all right. Let's continue. Duffman. Mm, yeah. No, I've pinned it. I've pinned the messages before, and yeah, I don't know. My phone has been acting up a little bit when it comes to like sensitivity. You know, that's just the one thing that sucks about it. But I'm gonna put Duffman right here. Well, no, it's not even with Twitch. It's like my like when I'm trying to like post a story on Instagram, for example. Like sometimes the stuff won't move, and then it just like starts spazzing out. It's like that kind of stuff. Mm. I have nothing to really say about this police officer. Yeah. Yepers. You know, when it comes to my favorite characters, I have to say Homer is probably one of my favorite characters of all fiction. He's just super fun. He's stupid and he's just a lovable guy, I would say. How do you guys feel about Homer Simpson? If you have anything to say about him. All right. The salesman guy. Mm, he's okay. I'll just. It's not terrible. I'll just put him right there. This guy is very replaceable, so I don't put him up here with everyone else, but, you know. Yeah. I believe this is Itchy. Let me check. Mouse. Okay, that's Itchy. Okay. You know, Itchy is a very fun character. He's, you know, perfect satirization of the Tom and Jerry cartoons. So I have to put him up here. He's just fantastic. He's lovable. Well, he's not lovable, but you know, he's perfect for like poking fun at like those kinds of cartoons. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I have nothing to say about you. You're just not. This character isn't much of one I care for. Can't even remember his name. That's how forgettable he is. This bully. Here, let me pull up the bullies. Okay. Bully characters. Jimbo. I guess he's iconic in some ways. But this guy, if any of you guys know Simpsons lore, this guy is like he is such a mystery. Yeah, his lore makes no sense. Absolutely. Like one moment he's a father to you know, a toddler. The next episode, he's old enough to been around for like the Kennedy assassination. He is like one episode he's 10, next episode he's 25. Exactly. He's he's a throwaway character, but I think with the lore that he has, well, lack of established lore, I'll kind of put him right here. And you know what? The more I think about Jimbo, putting him right here. Another episode he's mentioned is Watergate, 15 years ago after Watergate. Yeah. You know, I watched like episode how do you say this? I'm currently on episode, well, not episode, season 23. I've been watching from season 1 to season 23, and it is a wild ride, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, some of these characters have evolved over time, and it's like crazy. Then there's an episode where he's younger than Bart. Yeah, this character, he's you know what? Actually, I can appreciate how, even though he's a bit he doesn't have an established history or something. He's an active mystery that fans are always thinking about. His age range might as well be 7 to 30. You know what? He might as well be. He might as well be. You know, if they make this character say, oh, 40 or something, then I have no idea. The Simpsons can be consistent in some ways, but in other ways they do like a full 180 on certain characters. Like I brought up how with Barney here, actually, they like for a brief period he was sober, and was not a drunk, but ever since they did that test and they're like, hey, let's try to poke him some more, they just decided to make him drunk again, which it's a shame, but the Simpsons do change their characters like over time. Like over here with Maude, for example, like the whole reason they had to get rid of Maude was just because of a pay disagreement with the actress who played Maude, and they decided to write her out of the show by her dying by being hit with a shirt from those cannons, and she fell to her death. That's how Maude died in the show. Nothing like with like a lot of emotion behind the actual death itself. It was just like that way. So, they do. She literally is the only character, only actual death. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, actually, there is one character. Who, from The Simpsons, who actually died, like Edna Krabappel. We're going to talk about her very soon. She's coming up right here. Teacher character. Yeah, Edna Krabappel right here. Edna. Edna. There's a whole thing about her where she, like, the actress who played her had passed away, unfortunately, and there was a whole episode. Yeah, you know, here, let me see if I can find an article from back then, because I always thought, like, she was still around. They quietly retired her character, and yeah, it was really a shame. So the show really changed after her death. Definitely, it did. It really did. Like, here's something from Screen Rant. Yeah, like I when I read that about her dying, I went to the episode when they did some more elaborating, a little bit on, like, she was eventually, like, taken off completely, and it is really sad. Yeah, actually, yeah, right as Ned was being happy. Exactly. Like, I don't know. It is a really terrible shame. Also too, Edna actually saw that, yes, Bart was, you know, a difficult child to teach, but she had, what was I going to say? She believed that he could be something better than what he was. And it is a real terrible shame that, you know, her actress and the character by extension is gone. Like, I don't know. It just proves how characters, like the real world, can influence fiction. It's just, you know, the thing that I think a lot of people don't really think about until, you know, they actually really think about it. Like, the same with Apu, how the real world can influence the show, and then there's discourse all about it. The show just needs to end. Honestly, I agree. They got like 40 seasons now or something like that. Yeah. No, literally, the actress who plays as Bart, like, is the voice actor for Bart, is getting old. Marge is getting rough as well. They're going to be getting season 40, which they just need to end it. Some shows, well, no. A show begins, it goes on for a while, and it dies. And the same has to go for, um, what's that called? Doctor Who. Doctor Who has been on way too long. It needs to end. The movie will be the final thing. Surely? I don't believe. Well, they did the same with the Simpsons movie. They did the same where they were like, okay, this is going to be the end. And then, no, it just, it didn't end. So, yeah. The news guy, he's too smug. I don't really care for him. Now, how do we feel about Milhouse's father? I really hate to say it, but it's gonna take one big star is dying for it to end. If they don't end after season 40. You know what? Yeah, it could. It really could be. Actually, I don't know who the voice actor is of Homer Simpson. Let me see. Voice. Been a ton of Here, I'm looking it up. Voice actor of Homer Simpson. Okay. Let's see about this. You know, the early years of Homer, I liked that more than the modern version with Dan Castellani. I don't know how you say it. My apologies. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh. He's he's 68. He does he still has a long life, but he is going to turn 70 soon. So, yeah. No, they definitely need to end the Simpsons and Doctor Who. Doctor Who, as much as I personally like it as well, that show is going on for too long. It needs to end. Now, how I feel about the father of Millhouse is, well, the thing with Doctor Who is, yes, yeah, that is true. That is true. But I do think for like collectors' reasons, like as a person who collects, I believe that, well, with a show like Supernatural, for example, I am going to collect the entire CD collection because they have a giant box that you can purchase that has all the seasons of Supernatural. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and I do mean that legitly. Yeah, it did. You know, a lot of people may not like it, but I feel I felt way too connected to the characters from Supernatural that I was okay with the 15 seasons. I know it's a lot, but it's not a lot compared to all these other shows. So, but no, the ending of Supernatural, I think was a good send off, a good send off for the fans. Which we got good characters like Jack and numerous other characters from like the middle seasons. So you know now the father, he's a wimp. I don't care for him. For Edna, I have to put Edna up here. Out of respect for the actress, well, voice actress for her, and also for her impact on the show at large, for believing that Bart could be not the troublemaker that he is. You know what? Yeah, I actually, since you brought that up, I'm putting Edna right here. Right here. Now, Krusty, I'm putting Krusty right here. Like, he's the depressed clown millionaire and he hates his job. Honestly, like, yeah, definitely. When they gave him a personality, it was just, yeah, it was interesting. It was certainly interesting. And the thing with Krusty, with his what was I gonna say with Krusty? Mm, like there was a whole episode like all about Krusty and his dad. Which let me see. The Simpsons Krusty. All right. Krusty the Clown. And his not twin and his father. Father the Clown? Yeah. Yeah, like I really enjoyed that episode. With yeah. Like Father the Clown? Yeah. No, honestly, that whole episode all about like his Jewish ancestry and how like his father disowned him for being a comedian and being a clown. No, honestly, I thought that was like yeah, this is it. Yeah. Like father like a clown. Yeah. The IDMP. Yeah. It was really a great episode. We got to know more about him. Also another great character. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Simpsons. Yeah. Oh, well. Actually, Krusty is a really the description I gave about him being a depressed millionaire clown, I was thinking about it more in terms of relatability. I'll put him right here just because, well, I know plenty of people. Late season Krusty is better. I know plenty of people who have been disowned by their parents just because of like who they are and what they want to pursue in life. And you know what? I put Krusty up here because, well, I just know people who can relate to his kind of character. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. As much as The Simpsons has its flaws and it has the flaws, I do think that this show is, well, early seasons, some of its like mid seasons, like in the middle and later seasons, like in terms of like showing off the different, like how these different people live, I just think is, mm, you can't say The Simpsons is one thing. It's many things with all its characters. So I'll probably just say it's like that. Each character has their history. Some don't, but when he wasn't just. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought there was the a different message in the chat. Lenny, Lenny and Carl go together like peanut butter and jelly. So I'll just put them right there. You can't have Lenny without Carl and Carl without Lenny. Honestly, I like Lisa. Like, I'm gonna put Lisa over Bart because I do think that Lisa, she most of the time, she has her heart in the right place. Usually, to counteract like Bart and his uh, chaotic energy, yin and yang. So I'm gonna have to put Lisa right there. They need to stop making Lisa an adult. Hmm? Oh, are you talking about like future episodes, like as in like jumps into the future? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. Like yes, she is a smart individual, but no, I do understand where you're coming from. Like, I believe she's 8 in the show, so like for her to act in a certain way that is like an adult, yeah. So no, I get that criticism. Yeah, that's understandable. I'll put her like I'm still gonna keep her here, but when you bring that up, honestly, Bart seems to be the mm, more embodying the nature of wildness as a young person. So I don't know. Just I'm still gonna keep it this way. I can't remember this police officer's name. Let me look him up. The okay, actually, police officers. Police officer characters. Homer? Lou. Oh, it's Lou. Yeah. I think Lou is a pretty confident police officer, actually. Compared to his superior, he's. Well, I kind of have to put him here. He's a good character, but not the character. Maggie. Maggie isn't a list character. She's funny and, well, also, I don't know. Needs a tear, simply named Baby. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, where do I put Maggie? She belongs up in this sphere, but I don't know where. You know what? Maybe she can go above B or like a well, okay, actually how about this? In between in between Itchy and Lenny. I'm going to put that. I'm just going to put it right there. Still close up here, but you know, 20 years ago I would have said should have aged the characters up by 5 years so we could know them. Yeah. You know those future episode like well no not future episodes, but um imaginings into the future. Like that gives some idea, but yeah. Like I heard event like how you say this? In the early seasons, Homer was like in his mid 30s and then like they aged him up to like near 40. And I think now he's like somewhere in his 40s, somewhere in his 40s actually. Hmm. When it comes to Marge, Marge has to be one of my favorite characters. She, you know, she tries to act calm, but then the moments you push her over the edge, she just goes wild. And sometimes she has her, she's in the right place, but then she is like, want to know what's wild about Homer? He went from being a boomer to a millennial. Yeah, yeah. Actually, there's this really great YouTuber who made a video all about Homer being a millennial. If you're into The Simpsons, you probably know that video. So, if that doesn't tell me how long the show has gone, I don't know what does. Yeah. Yeah, this guy, I really don't care about him. I do not care about him. I know that he's a smartass and everything, but well, Lisa can be a smartass, yeah, but yeah, this character is like, if your characters literally are born in different generations depending on what season you watch, that's bad. Yeah, yeah, it can. Like other older media, for example. Here, I'm going to pull up another of my favorite shows. I have a lot of favorite shows. Um, what was I going to look up? Oh, The Munsters. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. And the thing is, the beautiful thing, well, kind of sad at the same time, is that with The Munsters, when this show premiered, it only has 2 seasons, has a long season 2, but it's a product of its time. The humor is a product of its time, mixing the macabre with monsters and just being Adam's Family 2.0, like better. This is, I would say, something that is timeless. Well, it's a product of its time, but this show randomly started popping up for everyone. Me thinks a new movie or yeah. No, honestly, there has been like some like they tried to bring it back, especially in the 80s. Like, let me see. Well, we are going on tangents, but that's fine. 1980s. There was a show in the 1980s, and this is it. We can't play the trailer because I don't want to get copyrighted, but yeah, this was it. It was oh, the popularity of Wednesday? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. I kind of have to put mod here. Would it not be out of the spectrum to have a Monsters revival? It could be. Like some things can exist at the same time and not like fight against each other. Sometimes, yeah. But what was I gonna say? That new, let me think. What was it called? Stranger Things. Stranger Things and Welcome to Derry It Show. Like, I've heard that with the Welcome to Derry It Show, like, besides like the first 2 episodes, now everyone's getting invested in that show compared to the series finale of Stranger Things. And, you know, you could say it's like rehashing over and over again, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know how, like the specifics of how well. Let me see. The 2017 and 2019 version of It is based off the book by Stephen King. As far as I know. Yeah. I actually have some of Stephen King's books. Actually, I do enjoy his books. The Dark Tower series is fantastic. We could, we could do a Stephen King book uh, tier list or something like that in the future. But you know, Welcome to Derry ties it into also The Shining. Yeah, yeah. No, the Stephen King universe is large and massive. It's actually great that people are getting invested into Stephen King's multiverse. Like, I remember when the first It came out. Well, no, not from the '90s with Tim Curry, but It came out in 2017. Dick Halloran is literally in Welcome to Derry. Like, you cannot tell me that the series. You cannot tell me series isn't coming. Yeah, the director of the show. I think he's a showrunner, but the director of both 2017 and 19 It's have said, I want a Dick Halloran show. And that could come in the future. It could. So, shot. I say, excuse me. Sometimes my voice acts up a little bit, and like, eh. And honestly, it if it may origins tell. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. There's this boy, are we deviating away from the tier list, but that's fine. It means a longer stream, which is good for everyone, I guess. Well, you know. Um there's also a theory about Pennywise being based off Mary Poppins. No. Well, fan wise and like broader pop culture, yeah. But everyone knows that Pennywise had been inspired by Pogo the Clown, who was a real life serial killer that was, well, how do you say, John Wayne Gacy in the 70s dressed up as Pogo the Clown and started killing people. Well, young boys actually. And that was a whole terrible thing. So, yeah. A lot of well, when you look at like the fear of clowns, of course, when you hear something like the Pogo the Clown and John Wayne Gacy, and then like that spreads across like the world, like hearing a story like that, it does inspire a fear of clowns, and not just clowns, but a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not afraid of clowns. I just don't like people. Yeah, I used to be afraid of clowns when I was younger, but no, honestly, I love clowns, both the scary kind and the regular kind. I don't know. Clowns are nice, but I also love the scary clowns. Not crowns, clowns. See, sometimes that happens. Shy, uh, sideshow meld. I'll put him. Actually, he's whatever. Hmm. Clowns are the least threatening thing. Show me someone dressed as a decayed game announcement. A delayed game announcement, and that's scary. Yeah, exactly. I'm not really a GTA fan. I do play GTA 5, but every time they say GTA 6 is coming out next year, everyone gets so excited, and then it gets pushed back to like, oh, I don't know, GTA like 2080. That's when it's going to come out. You think it's going to suck? Um, I don't know. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Let me think. Hmm. They should have just stopped on GTA 5. GTA 5 is actually like I play the game, and it's just whatever. It's suffering from what Cyberpunk did. I did hear there were some uh, uh, issues, but on a larger scale. Yeah, I don't know. Millhouse. I'll put him right here. Millhouse is just gonna go here just because, like, he's well, okay, actually, he's right here. Semi important. He is needed for Bart, but not really. But he's kind of up there. Ooh, actually, okay. Let me before um before I read your before I read that, let me just say this. When it comes to Mo is, how do I feel about Mo? There was like a couple episodes where, he was sympathetic, but there was that whole, well, still he's trying to get Marge, and he is going right here. Right here, actually, yeah. I'll put him right there. Now I'll read your thing, your message. If the game is anything less than perfect, and how many delays and how many years it's been, 13 and 3 consoles generations, by the way. Honestly, I don't usually wish the downfall of anyone or anything. Some things are like, thank God that's gone. But when it comes to GTA 6, I know there will be problems, but it may be the final chapter of the GTA series. It could be. It might as well could be. Because everyone knows, like, I don't use Twitter, but I've heard plenty about people complaining on YouTube as well, here on Twitch and Instagram, like TikTok. Everyone's saying, oh, that game's never coming out. And you know what? It will come out eventually, but I think it might be doo doo. I think it might be dog shit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm usually okay with giving game developers like time because they do deserve time to work on it, but it has been 15 years and I understand it takes a lot of time to code, but I think the people at that game studio, I was in 5th grade when GTA 5 came out. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. They've had plenty of time. It might be the end of that whole series at that. It might oh, I see. Yeah. So, you got to go through uh, your entire school experience, public school experience, from 6th grade out, like, and you've been out of high school for at least 6 years. So that's a long span of time, extremely long span of time. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know. When that game eventually comes out, I don't think it's going to be doing the numbers that Rockstar believes or is wanting. Mole Man, Mole Man is he's what? Well, actually, he is a running gag. It's going to off leaks is the most expensive game ever made. Hmm. You know that might it might as well be. I don't know. There will be people who will say, "Oh, what you're saying like these are the more extreme GTA game, well, excuse me, GTA fans out there, they will say, "Oh, you are just a hater just because you hate the game and you're wishing for its downfall or whatever." Well, I play GTA 5. I'm not invested in like the rest of the games, but like if it does well, I'll be happy for it. But if it doesn't go well, then I'm going to look at its criticisms, the reasonable criticisms, and then give my personal thoughts on it when I hear it, and then that will be it. When it comes to GTA, so Mr. Burns. Hmm. In terms of a villain character, I'm gonna put Mr. Burns right here. He's evil, but he's a fun kind of evil sometimes. I've been telling people for years, don't be excited. We've waited for years. It will not it will not meet your expectations. You know what? Yeah, that is fair. Sometimes like dreams are beautiful, like you can imagine all this creative amazing things, but sometimes you need to bring yourself back to reality and say, "Oh, um yeah, this really was bad actually." That's insane. Life is life's weird that way. Ned. How do I feel about Ned Flanders? Obviously, he's the worst character. Like, nobody likes him. He's terrible. He is everything that Homer says he is. He is everything like that. Speaking of going to watch Dairy Limo. You know what? All jokes aside, Ned is an actually good neighbor. He's A. When is your next stream? Tomorrow night, actually. I'm going to be playing Dragon Ball Universe 2. Actually, going to be streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. More specifically, that game needs to die already. Well, listen, I I didn't have access to play these games, so I know that some people may not like them, but hey, I'm just gonna play them. It's been 7 years. I know it's been 7 years, but I didn't get the chance. Like before getting this PC, I didn't get the chance to really play that game. But I want to take my chance to like actually play it and you know, know what it's like. Xeno. Wait, what? Xenoverse 3 may be announced in January. Oh boy, let me see that actually. Here, I'm gonna look it up. Dragon. Nope. Dragon Ball. Okay. Dragon Ball Z. Where is Xenoverse 3? Let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can find a news thing. Crunchyroll. Let's see what Crunchyroll has to say. Hmm. More content is about. Ah. Oh, okay. This one, right? Oh, okay. Yes, awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. New Dragon Ball game reveal set for January event as fans hope for Dragon Ball 3 announcement. Well, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 announcement. Ooh. A new Dragon Ball video game project is officially set to be announced early next year, according to a report from the Gamer's George Foster. The reveal will take place during Dragon Ball. I am not going to pronounce that. Event in Japan on January 25th, 2026, where several major updates for the franchise are expected. Oh, that's cool. Oh. You know what? We're gonna read more into this actually after the tier list. I'll look into that. Thank you for letting me know. I wouldn't have known, but yes, I will be streaming tomorrow, and I will be streaming Monday, all in the nighttime. So, oh yeah, we also may finally see the next season of Dragon Ball Super. Excuse me. I I've only seen like select episodes of Super, so I can't comment on Super, but I do like some characters from Super actually. 7 years. Hmm. You know, when it comes to Nelson, he's a bully. He's more than a bully. He's actually a nice kid, but he's in a housing situation where it's like, okay, thank you for coming to the stream. I had a great time having you here, and I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. So thank you again for joining. When it comes to Nelson, I'm gonna put Nelson honestly up here. Nelson, he's also a tragic character. And I would say, like, if he was in a better housing situation and, you know, had people care about him like Marge did, honestly, he could, he couldn't, well, he could be something more. I actually saw a couple future episodes, well, moments in the future where uh, Nelson is with Lisa actually, which that's pretty cool. So yeah, you know what? This guy is awesome. I'm gonna put him right here, the bus driver here. Let me pull up that character. I fuck with this guy. He's so fun. Just give me a sec. Bus driver. Otto. Yeah, I love Otto. I love Otto so much. You know what? I'm putting Otto right here. He's such a fantastic character. Nothing gets better than Otto. Patty and Selma. You can't separate those two. I'm going to put Patty and Selma. Right here. They are important characters, and they have a connection with Marge, obviously, as they are sisters with her. But doesn't go up here with everyone else. Dr. Herbert, he's still important. Doctor, very important guy. I have no opinion on you. You are a fun little character. I'll just put you right here. These characters are the ones I don't like. The Mayor Quimbley. Yeah. Mayor Quimbley, he's just a sneezy politician. And for any sneezy politician, goes right there. Ralphie? Well, no, Ralph. Yeah, Ralph. He's just a punching bag. I'm going to put him in here. Just going to put him right there. Reverend Lovejoy. I'm going to put Reverend Lovejoy. He's kind of like comic relief. Like, when it comes to like religion jokes, so I'll probably put him right here. He's in front of B. You are just a clone. The dog is fantastic. We're going to put the dog. Well, Santa's little helper. We're going to put Santa's little helper right here. He's whatever. Yeah, you know, this guy right here, he's a Vietnam vet, actually. So, I'm going to put him right here. He's important, yes, but well, actually, he deserves to be up here, actually. He's well-meaning. I'll put him right here. I can't remember his name right now. Snake? Snake's cool. He's a little bit one-dimensional in some ways. So, I'll put him right around here. I can imitate his voice a little bit, like, all right. Kind of sounds like a surfer. The cat. I love cats. And we're going to put him, well, put Snowball 2 here, actually. You are a clone. This TV host, nothing. Chief Wiggum, most incompetent man ever in any police force. But he's pretty important. He's pretty funny, too. Wiggy. No, not Wiggy. What's his name? Let me see. Groundskeeper. Willie. Yeah. Willie. Yeah. I'm going to put Willie, well, right here. Yeah. You know, Willie is actually... Here, let me see. I really liked his Freddy Krueger in that one episode of Treehouse of Horror. That was really a great episode, actually. You will be sorry. Yeah. at the end of that segment of Treehouse of Horror, he actually turns into a pipe. Well, a bagpipe actually, like in Scotland. Oh look, this person got like a tattoo of Willie. That's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, it's a very cool character. All right, that concludes that tier list. As you can see, well, you know what? Actually, almost all the Simpsons are here. Homer, Marge, Lisa, Bart, and Maggie is all the way over here. Okay, that was cool. And now we do the Futurama crew. And after we do Futurama, then we'll look a little bit more into this article by the Express Tribute. Yeah, we'll do this article. And yeah, we'll learn more about that. And again, kudos to that one chatter, actually. While I'm thinking about it, let me pin that comment. Well, that chat message, actually. Hmm. What? Okay, just give me a sec. No. Oh no. Just give me a sec. No. I'll grab it later. I will grab it later. Alright. Now, how do I feel about Kif? Kif Kroger. Alright, let's pull in Futurama. Futurama characters. Oh, there he is. Kif. Kif Kroger. If any of you know who Kif is, of course you should know who Kif is if you watch Futurama. This is him. He is connected to Amy Wong. And what's cool about Kif Kroger, just Kif, he's the competent guy compared to Zach Brannigan. This guy right here. Compared to Zach, he's actually confident. Like, he knows what to do. So, I'm going to put Kif right here. He's important, yes, but he's not the focal point compared to all these other people. When it comes to Zoidberg, Zoidberg goes here. I love, well, when I was growing up, actually, Zoidberg was arguably one of my favorite characters growing up, actually. He was, like, when I was younger, I used to do the like with claws and everything. He was a very funny character when I was growing up. Nibbler. I'll put Nibbler right here. He's pretty important to the show, as he is a pet, yes, but also is a highly intelligent, almost eternal being who is constantly nibbling on stuff and has like some pretty fun, interesting stuff like that. Amy Wong is also a great character too. I'll put her right here. She's important, yes, but not like she's part of the main cast, but not a person I'll put up in S tier. Um, Leela, of course, it's gonna put her up here. She's great. And when it comes to Fry, also you can't have either of these two away from each other. The professor, he's good, yes. I'll put him up here. He's important. Okay, I should preface that this tier list is mainly going to be people up here, but there will be some people at the bottom here. Just so that it's just not going to be me like just constantly singing the praises of Futurama and its characters. I'm going to put Hermes Conrad also here, actually. His connection to Bender, like, without Hermes, Bender wouldn't be living, because when he was born, quote unquote, like when he was programmed and then when he was released from the factory where he was built, he was supposed to be destroyed, but Hermes spared him. Actually, let me see if I can pull up that episode. And we're not watching the episode, but here, just give me a sec. Hermes Conrad and Bender connection. There is an episode where that is when they talk about it, and Hermes goes on a adventure with Ben. Oh, I spelt that wrong. I am so sorry. Bender and Hermes. My apologies. I just noticed until now. Connection. Yeah, this is it. This is it. In season 6, episode 6. So you can go to this episode, and you will learn about how Hermes sees a young Bender, and he's supposed to destroy him, but he decides to let him go. And the whole episode, like the whole thing about that episode, is how Bender is mortal. If he is destroyed, then he dies. And then he feels really bad about himself. Bender does. And like Hermes knows that Bender can die, but he decided to give him the chance at living and allows him to go on his way without destroying him. Yeah, that was probably the one of those episodes that make you cry. Well, it made me cry when I first saw it. Futurama has a lot of episodes like that, and that's why I put him right here. By far, Bender Rodriguez is S tier. I'm actually planning on getting him as a tattoo on my thigh, actually. Well, one of my thighs. On the other thigh, I'm going to be getting, just give me a sec, Kang and Kodos. I'm planning on getting Kang and Kodos, actually, for my other fight too, actually. Or I actually might get Bender and Kang and Kodos and put them together. You know. But yes, Bender is one of the best characters of all time. You know, he's up there with Homer, obviously, and a bunch of iconic characters that, you know, I even introduced like one of my friends who don't watch Futurama to Bender, and immediately they started really like they were watching clips on Instagram Reels and TikTok, like clips of him, and yeah, even people who don't watch Futurama, when they hear about his character and what he's like, they love him. Perfect. Nixon. Nixon as a character, he can be pretty good sometimes, but real life though, he's kind of around here. I don't endorse him as a actual person, but I'll put him right here. It's kind of hard talking about like real world people when they're adapted into a show, and especially if they're truly divisive. So this guy, comic relief, like him. He's important, yeah, but not majorly. He's just another background character. Mom is bad. Great character, just terrible villain, yeah. Zach, smug, everything like that. Well, sometimes it can be good, so I guess I put him right there next to Kev. And him, Santa Claus. You know what, actually? I just remembered the holidays are coming up. So, you know what? For the holidays, I'm putting him right. Well, I'm going to put him right here. We love Santa Claus here. Doesn't anyone else like Santa Claus? Okay. Santa. Where is Santa? Santa Claus. There he is. The killer robot who is a Santa Claus and brings about mayhem for Xmas. Oh, yeah. He's just perfect. Perfect, yeah. All right. And that concludes this part of this. Well, that concludes the tier. I say, well, I'll keep this right here. I just want to look at that article a little bit more so I can give like an opinion on it. Actually, by the way, oh, in case um any of you guys see any ads, if you don't want to see ads, you can always subscribe. I would appreciate it. You don't have to if you can't. I would appreciate it if you would. It would make my holidays. But again, I hope you guys have a great holiday season. If any of you celebrate, you'll know what my thing is. All right. Let's see. Let's see. The news was first confirmed by the official Dragon Ball Games Twitter account, which reposted an announcement from Dragon Ball anime page confirming the event, while details about the new title remain under wraps. The account described it as a brand new game project sparking immense speculation within the fan community. Oh, that's cool. I know a couple fans. Well, I am a fan, yes, but other people who would be very interested, actually. Foster notes that timing of the announcement particularly exciting given that the ongoing success of Dragon Ball Z Fighter, which was recently reviewed with new update and continued support for Dragon Ball Verse 2. Well, if it looks like I'm like slowing down, like I do need to, but also, you guys can read it as well. That's cool. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'll provide a link to this article when this comes out as a Twitch. Well, when this comes out to YouTube tomorrow. So, yeah. But yeah, that will be it for this stream. I will be back tomorrow. Oh. Are we good? Yes, we are good. Boy, it is getting a little bit cold. I just want to say, yeah, we will be back at 7 Central Standard Time tomorrow, and also on Monday. And this Thursday, we will begin God of War Ragnarok on Thursday, and we're gonna play it throughout. Well, we're gonna try to beat the game. We're going to try to beat it completely and everything else like that. So, yeah. As I said, I will link this in the description when this comes out on YouTube. It's a really interesting read. So far, we just know that there is a huge announcement coming out in late January next year. Well, in a month, actually. So, we have, for the Dragon Ball Z fans out there, we are getting something new. So, yeah. And also, hey, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate it. And I'm now going to talk to the YouTube people here chat. So just give me a sec. If you like what you see here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I very much appreciate it. Come to the stream here on Twitch and hang out and all that stuff. Hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world, or whenever you're watching this over on YouTube. So, thank you again. And for the Twitch chat, but no, to be honest with you guys, to be for real, thank you for watching. I really do mean it when I say thank you for watching. Like, my dreams are coming true, and I can't wait for next year. This is like the closing part, so, yeah. If you are wondering what's coming next year, a ton of cool just chatting streams just like this, and Minecraft, Fortnite's always going to be there, but I will be playing more story-driven games, and explore that. So, yeah. I don't know. Again, I'm very appreciative of every single one of you here on Twitch, on YouTube, and everything like that. I can't express my gratitude enough. So, thank you again. And I'm probably going to end the stream here, but let me go to here. All right. So, yeah. I will be back tomorrow and tomorrow at 7 Central Standard Time, and I will also be back on Monday as well at the same time. And my YouTube video will be dropping tomorrow. So that is it. So thank you again for coming to the stream. I will see you later, chat. See ya.